Good morning, guys. I'm Chris, and welcome back to this Sunday's episode of Roof Dams. Before we get going, just want to apologise that this video is a bit shorter than usual. Some of you might prefer that. Some of you like the longer stuff. It's been a crazy week. It's been a short week, but I've had a lot of stuff to do. A lot of stuff hasn't turned up. I'll explain it all in the video. But yeah, it's only about half an hour-ish long, maybe a bit longer. Normal service will resume next week. I've got a lot to get done, a lot to do. But I just haven't had time to film much stuff because I've just had to get my head down, get stuff done. So it's the way it is sometimes. So when you're too busy to actually film, it's really busy, right? Yeah, so anyway, enjoy. This is the Fender Twin amp, the Pro Series 100 watter that came in. Do you remember it had the blown fuses, and we found that the heater fuse inside had popped. It should be a 5 amp fuse. Someone had fitted a 10 amp and that had still popped. And we isolated the issue to the knackered, probably original groove tube 6L6 that was in there. So I've now fitted a matched quad. It's just done 90 minutes, just under 90 minutes of burning, fully biased up. Interesting procedure on this one because it's got both a bias control and a balance control. So you set your bias measuring in these two test points, and then you move one lead over to this one and set the balance control so you get a zero balance across the two. Then you go back, readjust the bias control to 60 millivolts, and then go back again and do the balance control. And then you give it a burn, and then you go back and check it again, which I've now done. And it sounds like a 100 watt Fender. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Apparently the owner uses this as a pedal platform with loads of different pedals. So it just uses it as a big clean thing. Opted against replacing the ICs for the time being. So the IC caps. Not integrated circuits, so I just need to finish retidying up all the wires and stuff inside, and this can go back in the cabinet and the customer can have it back. Right, hello everyone. I have been awful this week in filming stuff for the regular Sunday video. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for loads of parts to arrive, big shipment of F&T caps, for both the Twin Reverb and silver panel one that we're doing a lot of work on, but also for the 2-rock and for some other bits and pieces as well. So I've just got my head down and cracked on with amp builds, basically. And so I've got another range lister signature that I've just fired up on the bench. It's going through its initial startup procedure. And whilst it's doing that and all the voltages are settling down, I did get the F&Ts in this morning, although it was only a partial shipment, which is really annoying. But I figured at least we can go ahead and get the filter board for the Twin Reverb rebuilt back together. And what we've got is, did I show you? The board I went through and completely stripped it down, cleaned it all off, removed all the old wax, and amazingly, it's come out surprisingly well. I've done the same for the underboard as well, but that's good enough to go again, I would have thought. Which means we don't have to do an FR4 version if we don't need to, which is good news. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing rebuilt. Can you see on camera? Yes, you can. And what do we need then? So we'll start with our foam tape. So it's going to be the 200 microfarads like that, and then the 322s in a row like that. And do you remember I took a photo of the layout? It was awful anyway, but so they're going to go that way. Ignore me. They're going to go in that orientation. And I've got new resistors as well to go on. So what we need to do first is cut some foam tape for the caps to sit on. And we talked about this when I did the ASMR board rebuild a couple of weeks back now. Time is going quickly. Sun's back out at the moment, so I apologise if you get, well, it's in and out. It's currently dry, but there are clouds, so I do apologise if the image that you're watching on the main screen here is not, it gets really contrasty or not much I can do about that. And we want some there. So, thank you to everyone who's been watching the extra videos I've been putting out. Lots of different reasons for that. One is that there's a lot of stuff that people ask for that I generally can't squeeze into main videos. So we do get, so when I get the opportunity to do something different, I will take that opportunity. I will do that for you guys. And that's what I decided to do. So it gets our foam tape on there. So 220Ks we need. So anyway, yeah, what was I talking about? Still no news on the eBay amp. Although from what I understand, the eBay have, so now that the seller has managed to get past the eBay bots and the standard answers that you receive, he's managed to get some sort of reasonable response out of them, and they're looking into it again. So hopefully everything works out. But, and this is a big but, you never know. You never know. But he does have the buyer's address, so you can always go down the legal route as civil fraud. So I suspect if he doesn't get the resolution from eBay, he's gonna do that. But what I would say to all of you guys, if you do see an Americana come up for sale secondhand, get in touch with me first. Let me know, and I'll let you know if it's the right amp or not, and if it's okay for you to buy that amp or whether you need to stay away. Because until we get this sorted, there is a missing amp out there, which is no good. 220K balancing resistors that go in the totem pole. So we've got F&Ts. I was meant to order 350s for the 100 microfarads, and I ordered 500 volts. So these are a bit larger than I'd like, but it doesn't matter. Just means we've got a bit more headroom. Always spend your time getting your legs straight. Just take that extra couple of seconds just to go through it and make it right. Yeah, so hopefully the eBay amp gets sorted, the missing amp. Hopefully we end up with a nice solution to that. Do you know what I am going to do? Before I put those in, I'm going to get some bus wire, some wire straighteners. We'll get these interconnections done at the same time. There you go. So that's probably enough. So we're going to need from there to there times 4. Because I've got this camera above my head now, I can't see the screen on it, so I never do know whether I'm actually getting everything in shot. I need to move off the carpet. This is getting annoying now. One more, and then there's one more after that, which will be our intercap connect. Let's get these soldered in place. Two, three. Okay, and the last one will be across the top there. Right, anyway, caps. So this one is, it's funny these, the way they've done this is that this is the top of the totem pole here, and this is the ground. So this cap isn't the first one in the chain. Electrically, this one is. So I'll put this one in anyway. That's one. Okay, last one, and that's the reservoir stage or reservoir cap or totem pole, whatever you want to call it, done. Then we just got to get the rest of them in. So we need a 2K2 dropper there, and then we're going to need a 10K next to it. 10K. Right, do we want a blue one? Or should we have a red one? Blue one. Why not? Let's treat ourselves. Eh? If I remember correctly on this, these two are grounded together, but this one goes to a different grounding point. So I don't want those connected there, but that's going to come through there. So I'm going to have to do a workaround on that wire pass through. What do you think to that? That looks all right, doesn't it? Okay. I need to crack on with this. I've got other jobs I need to do. Can't waste too long doing this, because I should have finished work already. Should have finished work. But I've got too much to do, not enough time, as always, as is always the case. So we need to crack on. Found this schematic online. A redrawn one for this amp. And I was just looking at, although it's not quite correct because this one's got 70 microfarads in the totem pole, so it doesn't show. It annoys me, you see, it gives you different grounding points for each, and I'd like to know where they ground to. Not that it matters, because I can just use the original wiring, but if we can take the opportunity to improve it, guess what? We are going to clean up all this flux in a bit. Right, we're nearly there now. We're nearly there. Get this done, and then we can crack on. Lots of you said you enjoyed the picture-in-picture stuff, so I am going to do more of it, although it is a nightmare to edit. But, you know, if you want to put content on YouTube, you've got to put the effort in, I guess. So that's what we're going to do. And then maybe we can start moving everything more towards more how-to stuff as well, because I'm sure some of you'd like to see that. At least show you how I do things. Are we getting there? We are. Let's just do this last one, solder them all in place at once. So what have I got to do after this? After this is done, I can get this reinstalled back into that chassis and then do the rest of the service repair work on it. I need to crack on with the recap job on the first two rock, and then I need to do the other one as well. I've got more stuff turning up for service. I've got the still waiting on the load of transformers for the next lot of Lazy J's. So when they turn up, I can crack on with them. That's why there's been no progress on that one. I've got a very old PR18 that's come in for service, and while it's in, we're doing a load of updates to it to bring it up to the latest spec. So that's a cool little job to do. Of course, still got that Marshall out the front that needs doing. But we are getting there. We are making good progress on everything. It's just whenever you're waiting on bits, everything gets put on hold. And I hate it because I want to crack on. I want to make progress, get things moving through the workshop, but everything takes forever. I've had some bits stuck in customs for ages again now. Sometimes it goes through really quickly, a shipment of bits, and sometimes they sit there for what feels like an eternity. Right. This board is nearly done. How's that looking? Much better. Right, let's give it a haircut. This is going to trigger some people. Load more Ainsley Lister signatures to build. He's coming next week, actually, to sign those two off and play them. Sign them off, so we'll make sure we get him on camera. He's about to go on tour, so we need to get some of these signed off before he disappears again. Ollie's dual showman. What am I doing with that? I need to crack on with that. You've seen that the sockets are now in. I just need... That heater wiring as well was awful, so I need to redo some of that. I need to... What else did I need to do? Do all the rest of the main board service work on it. What else we got? I've been thinking about my... two things actually. Yes, I'm thinking about the Super Reverb, the 200 quid silver panel Super Reverb that I bought from Noisy Josh. My plan was to do a full restoration on it to make it look brand new from the factory. I've decided against that now. I am going to rebuild it, but I want to keep some of the vintage vibe and mojo around it, just like I did with the Bassman 135. So that's going to be a project for me. But I'm doing the 100 watt Bassman first. Speaking of which, I've ordered a load of bits for it today. Going to be coming on as well, but I can only work on that in my own spare time because I have to prioritise customer work. And this is customer work and Bassman 100 watts. Bassman 100 watts? 100 watt black panel Bassman certainly isn't priority. So even though I do want to get it done. And I also want to sit down and crack on with some train wrecking. So we've got loads to do, plus all the bills, plus all the other bits and pieces. What I need is more days in the week. That's what I need. I need more days in the week. But we're getting there. At least my cabinet situation is almost sorted now. We're almost caught up with everything. So my backlog is nearly sorted. And all hail Paul at Zilla for helping me out. I mean, he's absolutely smashing it. He's actually, as I said to most of you, he's actually ahead of where he needs to be with stuff. So he's actually got stuff there pre-built, just waiting to know what colour it needs to be and stuff like that. And then he can deliver it to me when I need it, which is amazing. I haven't been in a situation like that for many years, so it's all good. And the quality of the stuff, as you'd all expect from Zilla, is amazing. So, right, that is the board for the Twin Reverb. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a little bit of a tidy up, sort some of that flux out. Then that can be reinstalled back into the chassis, and then that job is complete. Right, sorry about that. Just quickly testing that AL SIG. All seems to be good, all seems to be fine, it's biased up lovely. So that's 2 for Ains to come and do something with next week. Sign them off, play them. It's getting cold in here now. Right, this 2 rock, let's crack on with replacing these caps. So we'll get the valves out the way first. And they all appear to be AX7s, apart from this one. next to the reverb transformer. That's easy enough to remember, isn't it? It's actually got a very nice Jan Phillips 1287 in there. Very nice indeed. Need to have a proper tidy up of all this mess. Oh, those sockets are good. Bloody hell. 1, 2, 3. So what I love about Beltons is they've got such a good grab around the pins that you know you're always going to get a good contact. Right, and then these. Come on. The 69 specials. Don't worry, I'm grabbing by the base. Okay, so let's get these out then. So we're going to do, for the time being, we're going to do, I'll get you up there. We've got this 47 up here, and we've got the 4 22s. We're going to do them all. That's the plan. That is the plan. Hopefully, you're all still in focus, and you all can see. Okay, what should we start with then? Let's start with the 47, I think. Got loads of Neil Young stuck in my head. Don't worry, this amp is already discharged, so don't you worry. Oh, it's glued down as well. Of course it is. Do you remember I said it appeared that the end was bulging? Well, you can really see it now compared to that end. So yeah, good idea, we're getting rid of it. So once I've got these caps replaced, I'm just going to do the 47 and these ones. I'm not going to worry about the bias cap for the time being. We need to swap out the screens as well, the screen resistors. Do you remember? The other thing we noticed that one of the pots was quite scratchy. Whether that's a dirty pot or whether that's a leaky cap, we will get into that and find out. But you know my rules, always, always. Power supplies first. We'll get the mains right, we'll get B+ right first, and then we'll look at the rest of it. Always start with a strong foundation. And we got this one done, getting there. I need to work on it from this orientation, sorry. I might just need to move the camera so you can actually see. How does that look? We're going with that. That's what we're going to start with. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I was watching a thing on the telly last night where somebody, you know, it was like a vet program. Somebody, one of the patients, called their cat Schrodinger. Ah! Which I thought was very funny. Although Schrodinger's cat would therefore be a cat owned by a cat, surely. Don't know. Who knows? Right, let's get this thing soldered in. And a pro job, if I will say so myself. And now we've got to do these. Oh, it just got warm again. All right, so let's do the same with these then. So they're all in the same orientation. They're all next to each other. 2. You see that? That lead just came straight out of that one. Do you know what? This is going to be an easier way of doing it. That feels like it's doing something else underneath as well. Like the tail of that resistor goes elsewhere, so we will leave that in place and just cut that out that way. Should we look at these caps then? Should we look at the end of these caps? Because I did promise you we would. So that's the one that died. It's starting to go. That one is leaking. And this one is also starting to go. It is still August. But this is the rain. This is all the rain that we haven't had over the summer, because we've had none. We've had none at all. And it's absolutely chucking it down now. So yeah. Weather update. Let's do these sides first, shall we? Oh, you heard that one block up. I mean, at least it is leaded solder. Sorry, lead free. So they were at least following the correct on that one. But see, I'm not convinced it's the highest quality lead free solder, because this stuff is not. Oh no, that is blocked up now. God damn it. Aha, got it. Winner. Right, watch it block up again immediately. What? It worked. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Right, let's get this last one done. We can get these caps in and get this job over with. See? That's better. Right, let's get this untwisted. It's Friday afternoon. I should have gone home by now. I think I said that. And I'm still working on amps and I'm getting a bit frustrated. This is not good. This is not good. So we'll get all these in. I'm going to do it off camera before I make a mistake, and then I'll come back. Right, all in then. All in, all done, all looking good. So next job for me is to replace these, but I am going to go home now and I'll do those first thing on Monday morning. But this amp is coming along nicely. Well, that's it then, guys. Thank you very much for watching once again. As always, please give this video a thumbs up, or your comments and questions down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're feeling super generous like these guys have, why not join the channel? And I will catch you all at the next one.